Hi there, and welcome to Hibbert's Hangout. Today on the channel we've got a game of Marvel Crisis Protocol, in which it will be Thanos and his Black Order taking on Thor and the rest of the Asgardians. The threats being played today is Infinity Formula Goes Missing, which is 4 serum canisters on map B, and you'll gain a point of power during the power phase for contesting them. And then we have Struggle for the Cube Continues, which is on map F, and that's 5 cubes. And you'll take a point of damage for everyone you're holding in the power phase, but you'll also gain an extra power. So that's a lot of points to go around with a lot of power. So we'll see how this game shakes out. We'll show you the squads next, and then get into the game from there. So today's 17th threat of Black Order consists of Thanos the Mad Titan, Corvus Glaive, Proxima Midnight, and Black Dwarf. The team tactics cards for the Black Order today consist of Execute, Unearthly Rage, Blood to Spare, Price of Failure, and Mothership. Here's our 17th threat of Asgardians for today's match, and that is Thor, Prince of Asgard, Angela, Valkyrie, and Hela, Queen of Hell. The team tactics cards for the Asgardians today consist of No Matter the Cost, Odin's Blessing, a Rainbow Bridge, Follow Me, and Seeing Red. And here is the board set up for today's game. We have the 4 serum canisters set up on map B, and then we have the 5 cosmic cube fragments, and they're set up on map F. So the Black Order are set up with Black Dwarf on the left, then Thanos leading them to battle, and on the right hand side we have Proxima Midnight and Corvus Glaive. Our Asgardians on the left hand side is Thor, he's accompanied with Valkyrie, and then we have Angela, and then Hela on the right hand side. So Black Dwarf was up first, and he just did a short advance to get within range of the canister and the cube, paid his power to pick that cube up, and for his second action just repositioned around the canister. Angela was up first for the Asgardians, and she just did her long movement to get within range of the center cosmic cube, paid her power and she'll be picking it up. And for his second action, she did a long movement over by that serum canister, but chose not to use her second power to pick up that cube, as she does not want to be taking 2 points of damage a turn. So then Proxima was up for the Black Order, and she just did 2 long advances. And so she ended within range of that cosmic cube and serum canister, and she's paid her power to pick up the cube. So it was over to Valkyrie next. She did a medium movement followed by a charge, in which she did a strike into Proxima Midnight, and that got through for 1 point of damage. So Corvus was up next, and he just used his 2 move actions to get within range of that cosmic cube and the serum canister with a little readjustment, and he's going to pay a power to pick up the cube. So Hela moved up to be in contesting range of that serum canister, but that was before she decided to do a claim soul into Proxima Midnight, and that got through for 4 damage. So Proxima's been dazed, dropping her cosmic cube, but because Hela spent her 2 for that claim soul, she can't pick it up. So it was over to Thanos, and he just advanced up the board to get within range of that serum canister, so he can generate himself some extra power on his turn. To finish off round number 1 was Thor, who just did a medium advance to get within range of that serum canister and the cosmic cube, paid his power to pick up the cube, and then threw a hammer into Black Dwarf for no damage, but it does automatically do this shock condition. So this is how the board looks at the end of our round number 1. You have the Black Dwarf holding those 2 far serum canisters. They also have 2 cosmic cubes, 1 on Black Dwarf and 1 on Corvus Glaive. As for the Asgardians, they hold the 2 closest canisters, and then also 2 cubes, 1 on Thor, Prince of Asgard, and 1 of Angela. So at the end of round number 1, both the Asgardians and the Black Order will be scoring 4 points due to holding 2 canisters and 2 cosmic cubes each. As we head into round number 2, flipping their cards is Proxima Midnight for the Black Order. So during the power phase of round number 2, everyone gets powered up if they're in contesting range of those serum canisters. Also, if you're holding a cube, you'll also gain a point of power. But for those people holding a cube, you will also take a point of damage. So that's 1 point of damage on Thor, Angela, Black Dwarf, and Corvus Glaive. So Proxima was up. She started things out with a spear throw into Valkyrie. That got through for 2 points of damage and poison. She then placed herself within one of her to pick up that cube, due to get in that range, and then did a spear throw into Hela, and that only did 1 point of damage. Did not get the wild for poison, but she was then able to place herself within one, and so she's now in contesting range of that serum canister. So it was Valkyrie up next, and there's a lot to cover with this activation. She started things out with a medium movement to get onto that serum canister, and then she has done a strike action into Proxima, just trying to generate some power. Proxima spent 2 of her power for her martial prowess, blocked it, so then Valkyrie took 2 points of damage. This then did give Valkyrie the power, so she could spend 6 of her own power to do Follow Me, and this then led Hela into battle. Hela then did a Claim Soul, spending 1 of her soul tokens. Proxima again tried martial prowess. Unfortunately, 1 point of damage got through, and it deals the bleed, so Hela generated another soul token. And then she just did her Hellforged Blade, and spent 2 of her tokens, making this a 7-die strike. Proxima also spent her 2 power once again for martial prowess, but this time it got through for 4 damage, so Proxima Midnight has been taken out of the game, dropping that cosmic cube fragment, and Hela spent her last power to pick it up. So Black Dwarf was up next for the Black Order. He started things out with an Enforced Oblivion, paying 2 power, did a short move, and then tried to do an Axe Strike. This was juiced with Thanos' Death's Decree, so it was a 9-die strike, thanks to being shocked, reducing it by 1. Did this into Angela, which would have done 5 points of damage, so it would have dazed her. So instead she paid her 3 power for Odin's Blessing, which means she reduces it down to just 1 point of damage. So she's still kicking, and that's all for the Black Dwarf. So Thor was up for the Asgardians, and he started things out by using 3 power for Asgard. Just did a medium movement to slightly rearrange his positioning, and then did his strike into Black Dwarf, which got through for 4 points of damage with the stagger. 3 points off of that with stagger, which meant he followed this up with another strike. This did deal 1 point, but this time he got a wild, so he picked Black Dwarf up and threw him into the car for that last point of damage, needing to daze him. The car will be destroyed as Black Dwarf is size 4, but then Dwarf decided to play Blood to Spare by spending 3 power, and he returned fire with an Axe Strike into Angela, and that did 2 points of damage before he was dazed. So it was over to the Black Order, and Corvus just decided to opt to stay where he was, so he can net 2 victory points for the team. And Angela, who normally likes to be on the offensive, just decided to opt to stay where she was as well, as she did not want to take her Cosmic Cube over to Thanos, with just being left with 2 points of health remaining. So it was over to Thanos, and he just repositioned, and then did a Cosmic Blast into Angela, which got through for 1 point of damage, and dealt out the slow condition. So this is the board at the end of our round number 2. You have the Black Order holding those 4 serum canisters with Thanos and Corvus Glaive, and Glaive also holds on to 1 of the Cosmic Cubes. Holding the Cosmic Cubes for the Asgardians is Thor, Hela, and Angela. I think it was missed on camera, but Thor did pick up that Cosmic Cube when Black Dwarf dazed and dropped it, so he is holding on to 2 cubes. And then they also hold the 2 serum canisters, with Thor and Angela and Hela contesting the one on the right-hand side. I'm sorry, that's Valkyrie, not Angela. So at the end of our round number 2, the Asgardians will be scoring a whopping 6 victory points, taking them from 4 all the way up to 10, whereas the Black Order will net 3 due to holding 2 portals and only having 1 cube. As we head into round number 3, flipping their card for the Black Order will be Black Dwarf. So during the power phase of round number 3, taking points of damage is Corvus Glaive, Hela. Thor will be taking 2, but perhaps more importantly, Angela will be taking one more, and that's dazed her, causing her to drop her Cosmic Cube fragment next to that serum canister. So it was Thor up first for the Asgardians, and he is trying to win the day. He did his first move action to get within range 1 of that Cosmic Cube, paid a power to pick it up, and then has moved behind that Daily Bugle building where you see him to try and get some cover and survive the round, as he's worth 3 victory points. So then it was over to Thanos. He did a medium move up the board to get within range of that serum canister, and then spent his 2 power for Cosmic Portal, pulled Thor back within 2 of his position, which also put him within 2 of Thanos so he could do a strike straight into him, and that got through for 4 points of damage, only needing to do 3, but Thor has been dazed, dropping all 3 of those Cosmic Cube fragments, and so Thanos is going to pay that 3 power he just gained to pick them all up. So Valkyrie was up next for the Asgardians. She just chose to do a medium move and followed that up with a Dragon Fang, paying all 3 of her power, and that got through for 5 damage, even with Corvus reducing it down as he just rolled poorly on his defense. So she just walked him and dazed him. He has dropped that Cosmic Cube where you see it, but unfortunately she did have to use all of her power to do so, so she won't be able to pick it up. The last activation for the Black Order was Black Dwarf, and he just did his move actions to get on top of that serum canister, as there was not much else he could do, so he'll be ending his turn there. So Hela was up to finish off the round, and she just did a medium movement, followed by spending 3 power for Rainbow Bridge, which probably should have been played earlier to keep Thor alive, but it was able to get within range 1 of that Cosmic Cube fragment. She paid a power to pick it up, and then used her second move action to get it back onto that serum canister. So this is how things look at the end of round number 3. No one is securing those far serum canisters. Valkyrie isn't within range of the one on the right hand side. Corvus is obviously dazed. Black Dwarf could have gone back to secure that one, but he chose to move up with Thanos, as he thought intimidating presence might help him out, so he can bodyguard those hits for him as he holds onto 3 fragments. These closest serum canisters are being contested with Thanos and Black Dwarf securing the one on the left-hand side, and Hela is holding on to the one on the right. Holding the cube fragments, as already stated, is Thanos holding on to 3 for the Black Order, and Hela holds on to 2 for the Asgardians. So the Black Order will be netting themselves 4 victory points due to Thanos holding on to 3 of the cubes and holding that canister, whereas the Asgardians will be scoring 3 victory points due to Hela holding on to 2 of the cubes and 1 canister, taking them from 10 to 13 as we head into round number 4. Flipping their cards is Thor and Angela, and also Corvus Glaive for the Black Order. During the power phase of round number 4, taking 3 points of damage for the cubes is Thanos, and then 2 points of damage is going to Hela. So it was Black Dwarf getting things started in round number 4. He chose to spend his power for Brutal End, but he also spent 2 for Unearthly Rage. As he was in range 2 of both Angela and Thor, he gets 2 extra die, so that made it 10 die. And then Thanos spent 2 for Death's Decree, giving Black Dwarf 4 extra die due to being on his injured side. So it was a 14 die strike into Angela, and that got through for 8 points of damage. So she's just been wiped off the board in one action. Black Dwarf then followed that up with an axe strike into Thor, and that just got through for 2 points of damage. The Black Order are gaining due to their leadership and Black Dwarf wiping out Angela, and will be moving up to 12 points. So Thor was up and he spent 6 power for a God of Thunder. The first one going into Black Dwarf, which got through for 3 points of damage. Did the second of the area effects, which would have gone into Thanos, which was used his bodyguard variation, his intimidating presence. Black Dwarf took it and only took 1 point of damage. At this point, Thor decided to use no matter the cost and spend 4 of his own power, taking 2 damage, to do his God of Thunder once again. First one again going into Black Dwarf for only 1 point of damage, and he uses Intimidating Presence once more to take the second one also for just 1 point of damage. So that was 4 7-die attacks going into just 3 defense. Black Dwarf is still standing with 2 health remaining. So it was over to Corvus Glaive, and he just did a Glaive's Edge death blow, spending 7 power in total. And that got through for 7 damage onto Valkyrie, only needing to do 2, so she's been dazed. And from the looks of it, I'm pretty sure that's going to be game right there, but we'll play out Hela's last activation and see what she does to see how things shake out. So Hela chose to do her 2 medium movements and get within secure range of that serum canister, so that will cancel out Corvus Glaive claiming it, as she is healthy and he's on his injured side. Thanos decided to move back up the board, taking those 3 Cosmic Cube fragments with him to go claim that unclaimed serum canister on the left-hand side. So at the end of our round number 4, the Asgardians are going to score themselves 3 victory points, taking them all the way to 16, thanks to Hela out securing Corvus and holding 2 of those Cosmic Cube fragments. But unfortunately, thanks to Black Dwarf netting him that 1 point for taking out Angela, Thanos is able to hold on to 3 cubes. Dwarf secured the serum on the left, and then Thanos went and secured the one on the back left, which gives them 5 points, taking them from 12 to 17. So they have just outscored the Asgardians and will be winning the day. So there we have it, another victory for Thanos and his Black Order. The husband combo and wife combo of Corvus Glaive and Proxima didn't really do that much, but it was Black Dwarf coming in clutch, taking out Angela. He would score that extra victory point, and then Thanos just holding on to those cubes, taking out Thor, and they were able to outscore the Asgardians as they won the day. And so all that's left to say is thank you very much for watching. Feel free to leave a like or consider commenting down below, or even possibly subscribing to the channel. And thank you very much once again for watching, and I'll catch you next time.